Let's talk about something most people love to mention but hate to practice. Discipline. Everybody wants results. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants a better life. A better body, better money, better habits, better opportunities. But then you ask them to be disciplined, and suddenly they act like you asked them to climb Mount Everest, barefoot. Listen carefully, because this is the truth that most people don't want to hear. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the engine. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. Motivation is loud. Discipline is silent. Motivation makes you feel good for a moment, but discipline makes you unstoppable for a lifetime. And here's the ruthless part. Your life right now is the sum of the disciplines you have and the disciplines you avoid. Every single time you wake up, when you said you would, you strengthen the part of you that wins. Every time you hit the snooze button, you strengthen the part of you that loses. Every time you keep the promises you make to yourself, you grow. Every time you break them, you shrink. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent, especially when you're tired, unmotivated, annoyed, stressed, or just not in the mood. Anyone can put in the work when life feels good and everything is going their way. Champions work when life feels messy. Discipline is the simple decision to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. And let me tell you something a little painful but absolutely true. Your feelings don't care about your goals, and your goals don't care about your feelings. You can feel tired. The work still has to get done. You can feel unmotivated. The habit still has to be practiced. You can feel unsure. The action still has to be taken. Discipline hears all the excuses and says, "I'm doing it anyway." People who lack discipline often think they have a motivation problem. No, they have a self-respect problem. Because if you truly respected yourself, you wouldn't allow a few lazy days to turn into lazy weeks. You wouldn't let bad habits run your life. You wouldn't just watch time slip away, pretending you're waiting for the right moment. Discipline is self-respect in action. And here's a fundamental truth. Your mind is built to protect you from discomfort, but your future is built from that very same discomfort. Growth only lives on the other side of effort. The struggle is the rent you pay for success. Consistency is the currency of greatness. Look at anyone successful, whether it's in business, fitness, relationships, anything. They're not always the smartest. They're not always the most talented. They're not magically blessed. They simply have relentless discipline. They show up when others stay home. They put in the work when others are scrolling. They say no to temporary pleasure when others give in. They plant seeds while others procrastinate. And then, down the line, people look at them and call them lucky. Let me be ruthless for a second. You don't need more luck. You need more structure. You need a routine. You need focus. You need higher standards. You need discipline. Imagine what your life would look like if you stayed disciplined for just 6 months straight. Not perfect, just consistent. Your body, it would be different. Your bank account, different. Your mindset, completely different. Your confidence, it would explode. Your relationships, better. Your goals, closer than they have ever been. 6 months of real discipline can outperform 10 years of just hoping and wishing, but discipline doesn't start with big, grand histories. It starts with the small things, the little habits you think don't matter, the tiny decisions you think nobody sees. Those are the bricks that build the person you are becoming. Discipline is choosing the healthier meal, even when you're craving junk food. Discipline is saving money when every instinct tells you to spend it. Discipline is doing those extra reps when nobody is watching. Discipline is not a punishment. It's a gift you give to your future self. Because let me tell you something powerful. The pain of hard work is temporary. The pain of regret is forever. People without discipline spend their whole lives staring at what they could have been. People with discipline spend their lives becoming who they decided to be. Discipline is your armor. It's your weapon, your structure, your advantage. It is your freedom. The more disciplined you become, the easier life gets, and the harder you are to break. Because when you master discipline, you don't just chase goals, you become the kind of person who achieves them automatically. So, let me be ruthless with you one more time. Tighten your standards, sharpen your habits, build your routines, and show up every single day with intention. Not because it's easy, not because you always feel like it, but because the future you're creating deserves nothing less. Stop saying you don't have time. You do. You just spend it on things that don't feed your future. Stop saying you don't know where to start. Start anywhere, make mistakes, learn from them, adjust your approach, but keep going. Stop waiting for the right moment. The right moment is right now. Every day you delay is another day you choose to stay the same. Stop letting your comfort zone drag you down like quicksand. Comfort feels good in the moment, but comfort kills greatness. Discipline is freedom, but you cannot cheat the grind. You cannot skip the struggle. You cannot talk your way into a level you haven't worked for. And here's the best part. Discipline becomes addictive. Once you start seeing progress, once you feel the power that comes with it, once you prove to yourself that you can do what you once thought was impossible, it becomes a lifestyle. You start craving the challenge. You start enjoying the pressure. You start loving the process even more than the reward. And suddenly, you're unstoppable. You're no longer controlled by your moods, your laziness, or your excuses. You become the kind of person who shows up regardless. You become the kind of person others admire. You become the kind of person your younger self would look at and say, "Damn, we did it." Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Now, go build the life you deserve.